You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Welcome to Inspiring Leaders. I'm Donna Chandler Newman, your host for Inspiring Leaders, and we thank you for watching our program. Through this show, we meet community leaders and we examine how they're using their unique talents and skill sets to make a difference. And through our discussions, we hope to inspire others to discover and to share their own leadership abilities for the overall betterment of our community. Now, today on our show, we'll focus on the extraordinary work of Les Passees, a women's volunteer organization that's been loving Memphis for more than 100 years. In this first portion of our show, we'll meet Suzanne Oliphant, the current president of Les Passees, along with Patricia Posey, vice co-chair of the Les Passees 2018 Stock Exchange. Suzanne will talk with us about Les Passees itself, and Patricia will fill us in on their largest annual fundraiser, the highly anticipated Les Passees Stock Exchange. In our second segment, we'll meet Kathy Sapp, president-elect of Les Passees, and she'll share with us the excellent work done by the well-known, highly respected Les Passees Kids on the Block program. Joining us now are Suzanne Oliphant and Patricia Posey with Les Passees and its stock exchange. Welcome, ladies.
Thanks, Donna. Thanks for having us.
I'm so glad that y'all are here today. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's get started because this is an exciting event. Suzanne, I'm going to start with you. Tell me how you got involved with Les Passees.
Well, Les Passees was a project that was near and dear to my aunt's heart. She invited me to help out with a project. I met the ladies, I fell in love, and I've been there ever since.
Oh my goodness, that's great. I'm glad for that. And listen, I'd be less than candid if I didn't mention that I also am a member of Les Passees and so happy to join this group and to be, active with the Les Passees group. So, tell me this. Tell me about the history of Les Passees.
Well, Les Passees started off as a women's dinner club group over 100 years ago. Since then, we've grown a lot. Our projects have changed, but our mission has remained the same, and that is to take care of children and families in our community.
Though we may enjoy dinner together as groups so many times, that's certainly isn't our purpose anymore. You're right. The focus is always and still on children and their families. So that's beautiful. And that's a great mission, too, isn't it? And tell me, the entire mission of Les Passees is to
enhance the quality of life for children and families in our community.
Okay, well, I'm very, very proud to be a part of that. So thank you very much for that. And
thank you.
Okay, Patricia, let's talk with you a moment. Tell me this, how did you get involved with Les Passees?
I got involved with Les Passees through Stock Exchange itself. I had been a shopper for many years, loved going through and experiencing the whole concept of what it was. I had a cousin who was a member and a friend who was a member, and I finally kind of put the two together and said, if they can do it, I can do it and have a good time with it.
And you are having a good time,
I'm having a wonderful time.
So you went all the way from being a shopper to the co-chair or the vice co-chair.
I did.
That's a fascinating and amazing.
It is.
Talk to me about Stock Exchange. Tell me, what is Stock Exchange?
Stock Exchange is a upscale resale consignment store. We have everything from home furnishings to decor to just about anything that you can find for the home.
So basically I can go to Stock Exchange and outfit my entire house?
Your whole entire house and your garden and your Christmas closet, you can find something for everything.
Everything except for my appliances. And the
No
only
appliances.
thing that you take that plugs in is what?
We take lamps.
Okay.
Working lamps.
Working lamps, and you prefer they have a light bulb?
We do prefer they have a light bulb.
That way we can check them easier,
Correct.
Right? Okay, that's perfect. So talk to me about how this works. I have a $3,000 sofa that I paid $3,000 for, and I'm really tired of it. I'm downsizing, and I'm tired of it also, so I want to get rid of it. I want to bring it to Stock Exchange. What happens? How do I do that?
You'll bring it to us. You might need some help to carry it in. Once you get there, we will have some workers that will help you, move the product to the floor. But we ask that you try to price it on your own. We do give suggestions for pricings, but we do ask the people that, to come up with their own prices. Usually you have to price something probably about 1/3 of what you have purchased it for. So let's say if a $3,000 sofa probably would go for no more than $1,000 if it's in good condition.
Okay.
That's a big if. So you know, and we do look over the items, and we can help you price them.
The other thing I would think is the competitiveness. If there are a lot of sofas out there, then you probably, and I want mine definitely gone,
Then you want a price to sell. You really do.
Okay.
Whatever price you put on it, let's say you decide that it's an excellent condition, we're going to put it for $1,000. Les Passees is going to take 30% of that amount, but we get you 70% back.
Really?
We do.
So I would take home $700 and you would take $300.
$300 for our charities.
Ah, that's perfect then. So I can feel like that I'm actually getting rid of something and I'm benefiting charities at the same time.
You are.
Right? That's terrific. It really is. It's like recycling before it became popular.
You're right. The name Stock Exchange was what the ladies called it. Take one thing at your house and exchange it for something else when you're ready to change the look of your room.
And move on, huh? You know, I know that this year you guys had a particularly tough time finding a location because you only use donated space, right, to maximize your profit?
You're so right.
Okay, so tell me about the search.
Well, this year, luckily for Memphis, it was a great year for commercial property owners, and there are very few vacant retail spaces large enough to house what Stock Exchange has grown into. In our 32nd year, we needed more than 40,000 square feet of space.
Wow.
Well, that's a lot. We filled that up to capacity last year. This year, we were lucky enough to have the old Top Dog Marketplace, and it's now owned by City Auto.
So who are we thanking then now for this donated space? City Auto?
City Auto and Dealers Auto Auctions
Of Memphis.
of Memphis.
I've heard of them, yeah. Okay, so both of those guys we should be thanking because they were generous with their space.
Extremely.
Okay, so how much space do you have?
Well, we honestly have over
I
80,000
think
square
it's about
feet.
84,000 square feet.
Oh my gracious.
So we've got room to grow. We haven't filled it yet, but it's a challenge.
It's getting full. It's getting very full.
So when you get this space, is it completely fixed up and ready to go for y'all, or what happens exactly?
It's not. It's an empty warehouse. It's a shell of a building. We have a crew that will go in, and when I say crew, I'm referring to us as members, as volunteers. We don't pay anybody to do this. We go in, we sweep it out, we clean it, we put up shelves, we build the areas that we're going to assign everything, you know, kitchen section, Christmas section, and then we start taking in our consignments. People bring in their items, we get them priced, we get them inventoried, we get them out on the floor, and over the course of 3 weeks, what is an empty shell starts to fill up and become an amazing retail shop.
It's absolutely amazing. It looks like a furniture store.
Does it really?
It really does. And the women like Patricia who have that talent are just to be really recognized for making what was once a hodgepodge into a beautiful setting.
We focus on vignettes to where you can imagine what the stuff would look like all together in your room. A room in your home. We have multiple little rooms, bedrooms and living rooms.
That means you have more than $1,000 sofa. So how do you know that it's mine when you sell it?
Everything is tagged and inventoried. You'll have a very specific number, and you're actually able to follow that number. You know, you'll have your website, or you'll have connect through our website and enter your information. You'll be able to track your sales, and then you can follow through to see how well you're doing. Toward the end, if you don't think that you're selling well and you want to donate the item, you can do so. At the end, we do run 2 days of sales. We have a 50% off sale and then a 75% off sale.
Well, that's amazing then. So you guys are technologically advanced enough to tell me what I have sold already too, right?
That's correct.
That is amazing. So, okay, in our next segment, we're going to talk about what you do with this money, but is it a lot of money?
Last year we made over $180,000.
And that's 30% of how much you moved, right?
30%
Of what you moved.
of what we sold. Yes.
So that's amazing. You don't have very many expenses because you're running this with volunteers, right?
We're completely volunteer run. We're what I call a mighty force of women volunteers. We do everything from take it into inventory, as Patricia talked about, shelving it, and then
Displaying it,
The whole thing.
organizing it, all of it.
running the register too.
All right, I know that you two are both remarkable, but how many people are doing this, more than the two of you? How many people are volunteering?
Well, we have over 350 active members, and at any one time we may have a dozen or even way more than that ladies working to make this machine run so smoothly.
And so how many hours are being donated? That's amazing. It really is.
I think we calculated over 7,000 volunteer hours were given last year for this project alone.
Just this project alone.
Oh my gracious. At one time someone told me that you have as many as 60,000 items on the floor at any one time. Is that true?
It is.
My gracious. And so you have, it's more than furniture. You've got all kinds of things. You've got art, you've got
Art, kitchen, garden, Christmas, furniture, decor,
Rugs.
linens, rugs. The list is endless.
and this is better than a garage sale though. I'm not going in and getting stained things. You guys are screening for that on the front.
We are.
Okay.
We tout ourselves as upscale.
Okay, gotcha. You introduced all this. When do you start? What's the first day of sale?
Our first day is September the 11th is our preview party night. It's a ticketed event for $25, $30 at the door.
Okay.
And then starting September the 12th, we're open to the public and we'll stay open through the end of October.
And I know that you said you took for 3 weeks the consigning, but it must go on after that because you sell things, right?
It does. So the first 3 weeks we're actually stocking the bulk of the store. We do encourage consigners to come in early to get their stuff in, but consigners are welcome to come throughout the whole sale. They can come up right up to the end, but obviously your product won't be on the floor quite as long. You know, we really are doing the work for you. We are staffing it. We're making sure that your product has an opportunity to be out there for quite a period of time to where more people can see it and more people can choose to buy it.
Okay.
So the later you bring your item, the less of a chance it's going to sell, but it's still going to sell. We have a tremendous following. We have 4,500 consigners that come in and consign with us and even more shoppers.
Oh my gracious. So this is really in 30, how many years did you say?
This is our 32nd year of this project. We are really excited about it.
Now, if I don't remember the dates and everything, where do I find all of that?
Well, we're connected on Facebook and also our website, lpmemphis.org.
lpmemphis.org. Tell me the dates again.
September 11th preview, September 12th through October the 28th.
Is the date of the sale.
Our sale.
And tell me the address one more time.
11625 Highway 64 in Memphis.
The
I can't
former
wait.
Top Dog building.
The former Top Dog building. Ladies, thank you so much for being here. I can't wait to come. So, and spend a whole ton of money with you. How's that?
Well, when you come, we encourage you to bring your walking shoes, as we have a lot of ground to cover and a lot of things to see. We want you to be able to see everything, and you're going to want to see everything.
Well, I will be there with Skechers on. So
Fantastic.
Thank you guys so much, and thank you for sharing with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to pause now for a short break, and when we return, Les Passees President Suzanne Oliphant and I will be joined by President-elect Kathy Sapp to talk about the Les Passees Kids on the Block program.
We're running a 24-hour broadcast television station like no other school has done.
It is student run, it's student produced, it is student written, and it's student directed.
Here's to another 35 more years.
Students here get immersed in lots of different types of shows so that when they go out into the real world or to college, if this is what they want to pursue, they are so prepared.
Those lessons have also affected me in the ways that I would never even imagine.
It has shown me to be different and to, not settle for mediocrity. When you're producing a show, you want your show to be the best one it can be. You want it to be, a show to remember, a show that you want to look back on and say, I did that.
Yes, I did do this. Did I believe that I could do this? No, but because of all the support that I gained, I know that I can actually get this done.
I know that the skills I've learned here is something I'm never going to forget, and same with the experiences here.
From all of us here at GHS-TV, have a great day.
For more information about the Kappa program, visit ghskappa.com or call 755-7775. You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Donna Chandler Newman, and you're watching Inspiring Leaders. We're pleased to continue talking now with Les Passees President Suzanne Oliphant and to be joined by President-elect Kathy Sapp as we learn about their Les Passees Kids on the Block program. Thank you for staying, Suzanne, and welcome, Kathy.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you're here today. I really am. All right, so first of all, tell me how you got involved with Les Passees, and then I'm going to ask about the curious young man on your lap.
I got involved with Les Passees through a very good friend of mine. She invited me to come join, and because we had in common a mutual love for children's charities, and that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is why I've stayed involved. I've stayed involved because I'm working with an incredible group of women that stay so on top of everything. They've expanded their outreach into the community, and I have full faith in them.
You know, of all the organizations that I am a member of, I will tell you that Les Passees is, all right, I hope nobody's listening, but y'all, is the dearest to my heart. It truly is. Over 100 years in the community and supporting children and their families. I mean, what more is there, you know? So that's, I'm really glad that you've chosen Les Passees as well. I'm looking forward to serving under you as our president-elect as I serve under Suzanne. Tell me about the curious young man on your lap.
This is one of our puppets, Carlos, and he actually is maybe a gym instructor because he had some whistles around his neck. And we thought they made a little bit too much noise, so we took them off.
Good plan.
He teaches the children how to play nice on the field.
Ah, has someone mic'd him?
He doesn't say much out loud because his puppeteer is not behind him, just me.
Okay, so what's his name?
Carlos.
Carlos, that's his name again. Okay, and we think he's a gym kind of guy. Talk to me about what Les Passees Kids on the Block actually is.
Well, they're a full child-sized puppet troupe that goes into schools and libraries and camps even, and discusses issues that are real-life issues to these children that the teachers either are uncomfortable with addressing or they academically just do not have time.
You know, I also think that what's amazing to me about these little puppets is that they seem to do so well with the children. And that seems to me that they get the message across easier than a teacher would anyway.
That's right. In fact, most of the children and students look at these little guys like they're their peers. And that's to say that they look at them like they're just another kid. Mm-hmm. And one kid would tell a puppet kid just about anything. Do
they find that when they do the shows?
Yes, they do.
Oh my
And they're trained, actually, the puppeteers are trained to answer questions. They're fully scripted.
So what size clothes does he wear? Because he wears normal clothes, right?
4T.
So Carlos wears a 4T, huh? And Carlos is able to talk about bullying. There are other puppets, though. What kinds of topics do they talk about?
They cover anything from disabilities, physical disabilities. It's okay to be different. They cover anti-drug abuse. And this year we've partnered with the Becky and Spence Wilson Baptist Children's Hospital. And we're very excited about that because we're launching a new program that discusses nutrition and exercise.
Oh, that's fabulous. It really is. So that opens a whole new partnership and a whole new area for the Kids on the Block, doesn't it?
It does. And in fact, it's basically these children will get out of it long term. One, be physically more active, and two, healthier. It will teach them portion control and basically to get off the couch.
Well, that's something that I think as an adult many of us need to learn.
Well, hopefully they will take it home to their parents as well.
Even better, even better.
And we're starting the program for third graders and fourth graders this year.
That's perfect. Well, go back a minute. Right now, the program before the Baptist Partnership, how does that work? I'm in a school and I'm a principal. What do I do?
We've been around 20 plus years, and either the guidance counselors will call and schedule with us, or in a new school situation, we contact them. But there's always a waiting list.
Well, Suzanne, Les Passees Kids on the Block is one of two charities that Les Passees supports. Tell me about the other one.
We are also partnering with the Harwood Center. It's a preschool for little kids with special needs. they're getting these children who have physical or learning disabilities ready for mainstream kindergarten.
Oh, okay. So basically, when they finished with them, they're able to come into regular kindergarten, and there's no discernible differences.
That's
right?
exactly right. They move from the structure of Harwood right into regular schools.
Oh my gosh, that must be a godsend, because I don't think that there are any public programs that cover that, are there?
There may be, but the Harwood has a breadth and depth of special education teachers and assistants who work with all different styles and problems that children might have.
Yeah, and they seem unparalleled. They really do. So they do great work. But today we're focusing on our Kids on the Block. You know, we've been doing this. This is the only program that Les Passees has ever co-branded, isn't it?
That's right. We've partnered with them for over 20 years underneath the umbrella of Les Passees.
Well, that's amazing.
And it's really a unique program in the fact that they do it based on something called Boone Raku.
All right, wait a minute. Say it again.
Boone Raku.
Boone Raku.
And that is a puppetry theater that's ancient Japanese style.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Mm-hmm. That's what it's based on. And obviously, we're speaking English now.
So, all right, so it's not in Japanese. So, okay, so how does that work exactly? Who's doing this and how is it being done?
We have puppeteers, and basically they dress all in black so that they're a shadow figure behind the puppet, and the puppet and its message becomes the main focus.
And if you're watching a group of little children and seeing the puppet show, the puppeteers appear to just disappear. You immediately forget they're there, and the children definitely do. And at the question and answer period, they directly ask Carlos questions instead of the puppet.
I think that's fascinating. I mean, I got to tell you, I did go watch one of these shows, and my feeling ahead of time was there's no way. I mean, it's a puppet show, you know, and this is very, very different than any typical puppet show, and it has a message behind it. Is there leave behind material for the teachers as well?
Absolutely. In fact, that's part of it. We give them pre-information and then post-information as well. But these guys, they open up to these little guys.
And you can see the impact when you see a little child approach the puppet with a very private question.
Yeah, I would think, and so we believe that that's making a tremendous impact.
Giving them the educational tool, they are the educational tool to teach.
To teach that there are
differences, there are disabilities, and there are social things that you just should not do.
And so that's a wonderful mess. How many schools does Les Passees Kids on the Block see each year? How many kids?
I don't directly have that information. We see over 25,000 on the average a year, children, students, and then during the summers we go into libraries and camps.
And this is before you started the Baptist partnership too,
That's correct.
right?
So we're really excited about this partnership, taking our message to the children who need it most. We're starting off with this nutrition, healthy eating and healthy moving your bodies program. And with any luck, we'll be able to continue and reach even more children.
That sounds perfect, and it's a message that does need to get out, particularly in Memphis, doesn't it?
That's correct. In fact, I've been told that we are 4th in the nation in childhood obesity.
Oh my gracious.
And it all starts at home.
Yeah, it does indeed, doesn't it, with the education piece of it. So looking at the Kids on the Block, where do you see the program going?
Well, we really hope that it'll be in the hearts and minds of Memphis children and therefore their families for a really long time. We've got our partnership with Baptist that can go up and up and up.
I think that's true. That's a really interesting partnership. I don't know that I've seen them do anything like that before. That's really, that's a fantastic partnership between two long-term Memphis institutions.
And very well-respected institutions.
You're exactly right. That's
We're
exactly
excited
true.
about it.
Yeah, I think that's wonderful too. How do you feel about it, Carlos? Oh my goodness. You know, we did a, Les Passees went to the Baptist Hospital's school, back to school
It was
thing?
a back to school program fair.
A fair, okay.
Yes.
There was actually, you had one of the kids had a wheelchair, isn't that right? One of the puppets
That's
had
correct.
a wheelchair?
We have some that have braces, and we have some that are blind.
So we have every kind of ability or different ability, just to show that depending on what the program is.
So does it, I mean, you guys are not writing all the scripts. There is a national organization
That's correct.
involved in this. So this program takes money, doesn't it? It's not like that you're sitting around dreaming up
That's
this
correct.
doll.
It certainly does, and our fundraising efforts help us to back our puppeteers and our puppets and the programs that we buy, because it's no cost to any school who requests us to come.
Okay, so they're not giving, they can give you a love donation if they want.
We would definitely accept it, but they're not bearing the brunt of the costs.
Okay, and most probably don't give you a love donation, but it's a wonderful program. I mean, and I'm surprised at how well the message gets across with the puppets themselves. If I've been touched particularly by this program today and decide that I want to do more and give more, what do I do?
Well, Les Passees' website, lpmemphis.org, also has a spot on it for you to give an honorarium, a memorial, and you can give directly to the Les Passees Kids on the Block if you would like to.
Or
just to Les Passees.
Well, I think that's wonderful. Tell me one more time the address and the dates for Stock Exchange, quickly.
Stock Exchange is at 11625 Highway 64 in Memphis, in the former Top Dog. We'll be there preview night, September 11th, and then September 12th through the end of October.
Okay. And Kids on the Block, we're surely looking forward to lots and lots more from the Kids on the Block and that partnership. Thank you guys so much for being with us today. Les Passees, handprints on the heart of our community.
We're trying to leave them, yes.
Leaving handprints
on the heart of our community.
That's perfect. Thank you guys very much for being here.
Thanks, Donna.
And thank you for being with us today for Inspiring Leaders. We appreciate our guests on today's show, Suzanne Oliphant, Patricia Posey, and Kathy Sapp, all with Les Passees. Now please remember to support both Les Passees programs talked about today, Stock Exchange and Kids on the Block. And let's help Les Passees continue their extraordinary work for our community. If you'd like further information on Les Passees, their website again is lpmemphis.org. And yes, it has all the details of the Les Passees Stock Exchange, including the address, the dates, and the hours of operation. I'll certainly be at Stock Exchange, and I hope to see you there as well. Again, that's lpmemphis.org. And if you're interested in the air dates of Inspiring Leaders or for the station's complete program information, then please visit GHS-TV.org, where we're streaming live 24 hours a day. You can keep up with GHS-TV by visiting our website. We hope you'll like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you again for joining us, and be sure to watch our show, Inspiring Leaders, again next month.